takes out DJ Vaughn, smokes Macus with the double kill. Holy sh**.
Hi, it's Larry here, Xbox Live's Major Nelson here with AC Bongos and the crowd here at Gamescom 2012 in Cologne, Germany. What a great week we've had.
Yeah, absolutely. It's our last night here in Cologne at Gamescom, but we've got a really good one for you tonight. It's really hot here, right? So if it's hot where you are, Get yourself a cold drink, get out of the sun, and settle down for another hour of live multiplayer footage.
Yeah, we've been here for the past few nights, and don't worry if you missed anything, because tonight we're going to catch you up real quick, aren't we?
Yeah. So highlights from the week, but also, as I say, lots more live multiplayer footage. Again, we've got some of these best Call of Duty players in the world tonight. There was competition last night, so they were at each other's throats. This night they're going to be having some fun and hopefully putting together some big highlight reels for you.
Well, why don't we get ready for the gameplay, so why don't you walk around and get into your position over there?
Yes, indeed. Come with me. So another public day on the show. Obviously, it's Saturday, so it's gone absolutely crazy in here today. In fact, it's so busy that all the games journalists tend to go home today, but there's a word for people like that where I come from, and that word is quitter. We are here to the bitter end, and we're glad that you're here with us as well. Now, I wanted to show you this, right? If you queue up and you come and play Black Ops 2 multiplayer here at Gamescom, if you win, this is the t-shirt that you take home. You've earned your stripes and you get to take them with you as well. Now, this is actually mine. I earned this today. I played against Optic and SK and won. They might have been knives only. I couldn't possibly comment on that. That's Big Timer turning around when he hears me talking smack about him. And here we are, my last night in the podcasting booth with Hastro. How are you, mate?
Doing really well today.
Good. So it's the last night of our streaming. What are you hoping for tonight to close things out in style?
You know, if we have games that were as good as we had yesterday, then it's going to be another great show.
Cool. And we had competition night last night. The European teams, Prophecy and SK, probably didn't come up as big as we hoped. So are you expecting more from them tonight?
Well, they had a great play in that CTF on Cargo, so I think they're going to do really well again. But the North Americans just kind of rolled yesterday, so we'll see if we can get a better performance out of the Europeans today.
All right, it's all about trying to get some good highlight reels for you guys tonight. So we'll be kicking off a gameplay really soon. In the meantime, it's back to Major Nelson.
Thank you, Graham. Well, as we said earlier, we've been here for the past 3 nights. We've busted out on Wednesday night with all the premiere information about Call of Duty Black Ops 2, all the new multiplayer modes. We talked about codcasting, great new features. So what do you say that we catch you up with a video? Here we go.
It was amazing.
I'm still shaking.
Loved every second. It was really good. We're going back and back again.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Die Grafik fand ich sehr gut.
Black Ops 2 is going to take professional gaming and all the public gaming to the next level.
Oh man, it's incredible. Call of Duty is one of my favorite titles.
Let's do it.
This was just gaming up to now it's a sport.
Wow, that's just a little bit about what we've been doing for the past few days. Now, I want to turn our attention to some hardware, specifically the Turtle Beach headphones. You probably noticed them on some of the players and on the show floor. Well, Turtle Beach has teamed up with Treyarch for an exclusive line of headsets. Let's take a look. I'm here with Jeff Burchett from Turtle Beach now. In order to really enjoy Call of Duty Black Ops 2, you have to have a great audio setup. And Jeff, you're with Turtle Beach. You guys have something really exciting to announce. Tell me about it.
We do. We have a line of 5 exclusive headsets specifically made for Call of Duty Black Ops 2. We've been developing those in conjunction with Activision and Treyarch, and we're really excited to bring those to the market just in advance of the game launching.
Now you've got 5, so walk us through what the 5 are, because you know when someone walks into the store and goes, I don't know which one I want. How do you do this? What do you do?
Well, ideally, you'd buy all of them.
Sure, okay.
There's that.
There's that.
So the line starts out with a series of earbuds. They're great in-ears. They've got a nice braided cable. They're designed for use on something like a Vita or a 3DS, your mobile phone, tablets. The next step up is the Kilo, which is our wired stereo model. And one of the things that's really cool about this whole line is that they all feature some super premium features. And it starts with the entry level at the Kilo. So you've got a braided cable, you've got protein leather and memory foam ear cushions, really nice stuff there.
Protein leather?
It's cruelty-free, animal-free leather. It's really nice.
There you go.
So the Kilo is a wired stereo model. The next step up from that is our X-Ray headset. The X-Ray is a wireless surround sound headset that offers wireless chat. It's got a rechargeable battery, really nice there. Moving up from the X-Ray, we have what's called our Sierra model, which is a wired tournament headset. And this is where the features start to get really, really cool. The Sierra is actually programmable, which means you can change the way that the headset processes the audio. And Treyarch has actually been developing the programmable presets for it, so it's kind of the definitive audio experience for the game. And then finally, on top of that, we have the Tango. And the Tango is the wireless version. It's got the presets. It's got surround sound. It's got a dual pairing stereo Bluetooth. You can talk on your phone on this thing. You can pair your MP3 player to it and stream music to it. It's got a rechargeable battery, which you can play while you're charging. So you can go on a 36-hour Black Ops 2 bender and never have to take it off.
And never have to take it off because when your mom calls you, your girlfriend, your wife, you can still take the call.
Absolutely.
So I want to talk a little bit about working with Treyarch, because that's really interesting. Is that so during this development, you're working side by side with Treyarch to make sure that the audio that you're going to experience in this line is optimal.
Right.
So tell us about that.
So we have a team that's in California as well. We have a second office there. Our main office is in New York. So our team in California has been in close contact with the folks at Treyarch. We've been giving them specs for these headsets. They've been letting us know, what they need to produce for audio and letting us, in on some of the details of how their audio engines are working. And then we've been giving them advanced copies of the tool that allows them to actually program the headset. So they've been playing with that and tweaking it and making sure that they can get the audio just right.
So that's really interesting, because for the first time that I can recall is the hardware and the game are really almost paired together exclusively.
It's pretty cool. I kind of like to think of it almost as a director's cut.
Right.
Because you put on the headset, you use the presets, and that way you're hearing the game exactly the way that the developers have intended it.
So you have 5 different models here, ranging everything from a pair of earbuds all the way up to this Supremo amazing model that has Bluetooth and everything and a kitchen sink.
Yes.
That's amazing. When are they going to be available?
They'll be available a few weeks before the game ships. We don't really have an exact release date at this point, but you could probably look for them sometime around late October.
Jeff Burchett from Turtle Beach. Thank you, Jeff.
Yeah, thank you.
There you go. That's a look at the hardware, but what about the game? The game comes out November 13th. What can we expect from multiplayer? We've certainly seen a lot of it over the past few days, but Dave Vonderhaar, the design director for Call of Duty Black Ops 2, is going to tell us a little more. David, what's new in Black Ops 2 and how does it differ from previous games?
Larry, when we started development of Call of Duty Black Ops 2 multiplayer, we really wanted to challenge all of the fundamental assumptions about all of our core gameplay systems. So all of those systems, including Create a Class, the score streak system, even ranking and unlocking, we've had a really critical, deep think about the best way we can put power to customize the game back in the hands of the player.
There's so much going on here. Give us kind of a high level of some of the headlines.
Yeah, so, the game takes place in 2025. So all of our brand new toys and technologies and gadgets that you're going to find in multiplayer, we built because it gives us this great sandbox for us to develop new gameplay mechanics around that technology.
Now, there's a real sports feel to this experience, isn't there? There's some great new features.
So the esports initiative. Yeah. So in the competition and esports initiative, we're doing a lot of things for players. First off, we're going to have a skill-based matchmaking system that we refer to as league play. So that way you and I can play together if we're of equal skill, because the game is fun when competition is at an equal playing field. Competition's fun when we're at the same level. So that's how we do the sport. The second thing that we do is a feature we call codcasting. Codcasting is a special type of spectator mode, and it allows a guy inside the game to serve as a type of color commentator. And he can go through the game, you can see everyone on the map, you can see where they all are, what kind of kill streak they're on, if they're taking objectives in a particular type of view, and you can use this to put on a great spectator experience for other people, therefore making the game fun to watch.
Thanks, David. You're going to hear about that and a lot more of the brand new Black Ops 2 multiplayer features later on in the show.
Hey everyone, back here with a man whose codcasting is like a canine unit biting at your throat. Sastro, how are you, mate?
Oh, that's a pretty good analogy right there, I think.
So I was working on that for a while. Tell me about some of your highlights from the week. You know, we've been live streaming for 3 nights. You know, what were some of the big moments for you?
You know, just how close some of these matches were near the ends of the games. It's just unbelievable how well some of these maps play and with the game modes. But not only that, just seeing the reaction of all the people. We've had thousands and thousands of people come through the booth to play Black Ops 2 multiplayer, and just seeing the fan reaction has been probably the best moments for me.
Right. Speaking of the fans, I've been keeping an eye on the Twitter stream, so use that hashtag BlackOps2MP. The Orig Blade Man was on earlier saying he loves the fact that it's score streaks now, not kill streaks. How do you think that changes the game?
Yeah, it ultimately rewards objective gameplay, right? And supporting your teammates and trying to win the game as opposed to just trying to pick up kills. I mean, Call of Duty has so many objective-based game modes, even more than just a team deathmatch, right? So it's important to make sure we reward the players who are trying to win the game for their team.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so last night was competition night. It was pretty intense in here, lots of pressure. Tonight we're a little bit more relaxed. The players are going to have a bit of fun. Talk to us about who we've got here again tonight and who you're looking for some big highlight reels from.
Yeah, so strictly today we're pitting the North Americans versus the Europeans once again. Right. So our first map is going to be a team deathmatch on Aftermath. And similar players, if you tuned in the last few days, all the same. If you haven't tuned in, we have 2 North American teams in Optic Gaming and Team Envious, and they're going to be playing against Prophecy from the UK and German side. So some local German players, but they're some of the best players in Germany, if not the best.
Okay, so we're going to kick off with Team Deathmatch on Aftermath. That map's really shown off well this week, I think. So let's get going. Let's get right back into the gameplay. Cheers.
All right, folks, we're about to kick this one off. It's going to be a team deathmatch here on Aftermath. First game of the day for our pro players coming back in here in Cologne, Germany. It's beautiful. It's our last day in Cologne, and I'm actually really bummed that I have to leave tomorrow, but as we jump into the game, we're on board with Twiz, and he has the M8A1. Oh, no, gets a weapon swap before the countdown ends. And it looks like Twiz is going to be packing the MSMC submachine gun, so we're on board with the North American side. As we take a look here at the breakout, we see Twiz along with 3 other teammates pushing the very center of the map. You got a couple other teammates breaking out. Looks like the North Americans are going to be able to pin in 3 of the Europeans here. And it looks like they are bunched up a little bit more as we're still on board with Twiz. Twiz drawing first blood right there on Shane in the game. However, the Europeans pick up 2 more kills. And now 5 minutes and 30 seconds left. And Twiz is getting shot from behind and turns, fires some nice shots right there. He's staying alive. And it looks like Twiz is going to get taken out by Raiden. Raiden, a German player for Apex. And now he's going to be coming back around off spawn. And Twiz gets taken out again by Nice. Let's take a look here at the picture-in-picture. We see that Nice is on a 3-kill streak for the European side. We'll swap over to him as he has the M8A1. He has 2 attachments on that as well. He's got the reflex sight attachment, the classic red dot reflex sight there. And he also has the laser sight attachment, which has become a very popular choice of our professional players here in Cologne, Germany. So Nice now with his teammates trying to scope out what's going on. We'll take a look here at the overhead map, and it looks like he is going to run into a player right here. And there he is, Nice with a nice hip fire kill. It was Twiz who he just picked off, and it looks like he's going to call in a hunter-killer drone score streak. So that hunter-killer drone is out in the sky. It's going to be searching out any players here on our map, and it looks like it unsuccessfully hit a wall or hit some rubble, so it doesn't look like it's going to pick up a kill just yet. And it actually detonated, so no more from that hunter-killer drone as Karma turns the corner. And now you see Nice turn and took some nice shots right there. And now he's going to be calling in a Hellstorm missile. He's going to burst it now. And it doesn't look like he managed to connect right there, so Nice with that Hellstorm could have actually increased their lead even more, but the Europeans have taken a nice, comfortable lead. They are now up by 7 kills as Nice gets taken out. And it looks like the North Americans are starting to heat up. This is Optic Ray from Canada playing for Optic Gaming here. And he's calling in a care package at the moment. And it looks like he also has a UAV in the hole. So this could be a perfect opportunity for the North Americans to pick it up just a little bit. As that drops, look at this, folks. He is actually going to have the War Machine score streak drop for him. Now that thing is absolutely devastating, and we see the North Americans are picking it back up at the moment, and you see Ray firing one of those War Machine rounds off into a doorway, fires another one, but it was at his teammate. Got a little startled there. He is searching for a enemy team, and he does get a kill there on Shane. And now he's still looking around. You can actually be quite aggressive with this thing, and looks like Ray testing out the iron sights on it. And look at that, very nice shot right there on Shane. So picking up a couple kills here, fires another one, gets the hit marker, and it looks like he is going to go after that kill. And there you have it, and picking up another kill there on Swanee. He has 3 rounds remaining, and that War Machine will stay on board with him as he tries to pick up one at range. He does pick off Raiden right there, so he actually scoped it in. Now he also earned another score streak. He actually picked up a Death Machine score streak in the process. So he's stacking those score streaks up, and here you go, firing some nice shots right there. So Optic Ray on a tear. The North Americans have brought it back to within 2. Why don't we take a listen in and see just how well the North Americans are communicating.
Middle right side. Two of them, one shot, man.
Grab on the middle, grab on the middle. One by one, one by one.
UAV awaiting orders.
We heard some great communication there out of the North Americans as they have now managed to take the lead back by 2 kills, and we're on board with Twiz of Team Envious, who now calls in a care package, and let's see if they can take this home. This game is super close at the moment. 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining. It is anybody's game, surely, as we have a tie score now, and it looks like a Death Machine is going to come out for Twiz as well. So the North Americans picking up some very nice, helpful score streaks. Twiz also has a Hellstorm missile ready to roll as the North Americans increase their lead in the feed, taking up 4 more kills right there. Twiz picking up a kill with that Death Machine there on Swanee. And now firing some beautiful shots right there with the Death Machine, putting that center screen right on board. And now he's calling in that Hellstorm. Go ahead and call it in now. And you have plenty of players bunched up there for the Europeans. He does manage to take out Nice and Gunshi. 30 seconds remaining now as we take a look. Twiz pulling that out once more. And we'll hop on board now with Merc of Optic Gaming as they try to close this one out, up by 6 kills. This has been very close, but the North Americans starting to run away with 15 seconds left to go. Can the Europeans pick up the kills they need? It looks like Merc fired some nice shots right there with the M8A1 and picks up another. And so the North Americans are starting to run away with 5 seconds left to go. It looks like they're going to take match number 1 here from Cologne, Germany today, 70-63. And let's take a look at your final kill cam. And you see some really nice shots right there by Twiz picking up that double.
Fantastic first game. What a way to get started there. Now, what you saw there, in addition to fantastic gameplay, was a brand new feature called codcasting. Now, these are tools that every Call of Duty Black Ops 2 player will have access to when the game ships November 13th. So let's catch up with the guys that specifically, we're going to talk to Dave Bondhar and Hastro. They're going to tell us about some of those features and what you can expect. David, that was amazing. What did we just see?
That was the world premiere of the codcasting feature in Call of Duty Black Ops 2 multiplayer, and that was Cargo in Team Deathmatch.
Thanks, David. Hastro, tell us about some of the tools that we just saw.
Sure. So you saw a few different elements in the codcasting feature, and it just really allows us to get in and make a better viewing experience for the audience that's tuning into Call of Duty matches online, right? So you saw an element called the score panel, and that's the kind of the key element at the very top center of the screen. The score panel is just a way for us to give information quickly to the audience, the score, what team's in the lead, and how much time is left in the game.
And then, of course, we saw the names up there. That's the nameplate.
Yeah, the nameplate essentially is our way of giving the player a jersey and a number, right? A name on the back of the jersey. We're in a first-person POV in Call of Duty Black Ops 2, So we want to be able to identify the player and who you're watching, so that's what the nameplate does.
Now that's all great, but viewers really want to see the map. Tell us about the map.
Yeah, the map overhead is a really important piece of information for the audience. So the audience wants to see where the teams are set up, where are they located on the map, where are the engagements about to occur. And also for the commentators, it's a great tool because the commentator can kind of switch players after a player dies and bring you right back into the action faster.
Now this is really exciting. It's almost like watching a TV show, picture in picture.
Yeah, now the picture-in-picture mode is just really robust, a lot of features there, but essentially you're able to see what the kill streak is for each certain player. If a player's just on a tear, he's got 10 kills in a row, you'll be able to see that in the right-hand column. Also, we have an objective column, so any player who's playing an objective in real time, you're going to be able to see live when that player is playing an objective, and it's going to identify that that player is in fact on the objective.
Are there a lot of options that we can tweak?
Well, we actually have elements of the HUD that are removable, and you can actually customize the HUD for the viewer. And you can actually go in and, let's say an esports league or a big tournament wants to put in their own graphics, so you can remove a piece of the HUD and we can actually fully customize that for the viewing experience. So you can completely wipe it, put in the mini map, take it away, different things like that. It's just very, very robust, and essentially that's what makes up codcasting.
Now, one of the really neat features is listen in, where we can actually hear the players, right?
Yeah, the listen in feature in codcasting mode is actually my favorite feature. It really allows us to take the audience and put them into the huddle with the players. So you really get a sense for just how much their communication separates them from other teams in competitive play. The best professional teams in the world have top-notch communication, and it's crucial to them winning a game. So we get to feel what they're feeling, what they're strategizing, and just hear the overall just lingo between the players, and it's just really an exciting tool. It's just such a great deal of information that the audience is going to be empowered with now. In Black Ops 2, the commentators have all the right to make the viewing experience as customized to the viewer and the audience as possible. So, you know, for me personally as a commentator, I want to make the viewing experience as fun as possible for the audience, and I'm able to do that with Codcaster mode, but more importantly, I'm able to make sure that we don't miss those epic moments in the battles that may have gotten lost in the past. You know, these just crucial moments that change the face of the game and what essentially determines outcomes of matches. We're able to make sure that we capture all of that.
Thanks, Hastro. David, I want to talk to you about some of these features. What was it like implementing some of these features?
Yeah, so there's really a couple of really key pillars to the entirety of the esports and competitive agenda for us. Black Ops 2 has a league play feature. This is a sport. It's how you make Call of Duty multiplayer a sport, and we actually use skill-based matchmaking to put players in the right brackets. Competition is fun at any level, pro players and average players alike. We also have to make it fun to watch, fun to spectate. That's what codcasting does. So that's why that feature is so important, have that production around that sport. And then finally, we need a way to give that sport or broadcast it to the world, and we do that with a feature we call live streaming.
You're now putting basically thousands of dollars of tools into the hands of the community. That's got to be really exciting. You're expecting to see a lot of great stuff out of them.
Yeah, it's actually really important for us to put as many tools as we can. We really like to make sure that we give the player the ability to customize the experience, whether they're playing the game, whether they're watching the game. In fact, Larry, you can even go back through the theater feature later, pick up those games, and then codcast them later. It's really cool.
The team at Treyarch has got to be excited about the work that they've done around this. They've always really enjoyed the community, but this takes it to a different level.
We're going to keep going. We're pretty engaged with the community all the time. They're very passionate people. They have a lot to say about the game, and it's really fun to take their ideas, mold them into the context and structure what the game's supposed to be like, and then bring them right back to the players.
Thanks, David. Any final words?
Sure. I mean, I've just been blown away by how dedicated the team at Treyarch has been to making this experience for the players as best as it can be and giving them as much customization that they can have. It's just mind-blowing how dedicated they are to their community and how well they treat their fans and the players that play the game. So I think that's something that all of the Black Ops 2 players out there, when they get the game, are going to realize pretty quickly.
Thank you, Hastro. Any final words?
We're really excited to put this game in players' hands. And when you get there and you get your hands on it, I want you to tell us what you're thinking about it, how it's working for you. Feed right back to us so we can continue to make and improve our games for you.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the pit here with Hastro. The score streak's making a big difference in that last game, and the machine's coming out to play, right?
Yeah, we saw the War Machine and a couple Death Machines come out,
and the North Americans were down until those came out, and it was just all she wrote for the Europeans.
That's right, the Europeans are raging against the machine, but rage isn't enough. Although it's interesting to see that Quantum from the German teams are actually the highest scoring player in that last round as well. So the Europeans are close, they do have it, and there's still plenty of chance for them tonight. Been looking at the stream, that's hashtag BlackOps2MP. OMG Squirrel saying that they're really going to love that COD casting feature. Now just tell us a little bit about how much easier this makes COD casting from what you've experienced in the past.
Yeah, I mean, it's if you've tuned into the stream past few days, it's been really, really immersive. We're able to really take you into the game, show you a few different things, and we're making use of all the features here. So it's just a world of difference since past Call of Duty titles, where you just had spectator mode and you relied on that to present the game to people out there watching. So this is really a full service for us, the COD casting. We're able to create that viewing experience for the audience, and if you haven't tuned in the past 3 days, watch a couple games right now and you're going to be seeing COD casting mode in full effect.
If you haven't tuned in the last 3 days, you've come in just in time. We're about to go into Search and Destroy. This is on Yemen. It's the first time we've played Search on Yemen, yeah?
Yep, absolutely. So first time for Search and Destroy on Yemen, just like you said, AC. And it's smaller, a little bit of a smaller map. Should be really quick to see an engagement between these two teams. So I'll flip the overhead map view on really early in the game as we see the breakout of the players, see who has the objective, the bomb, and it should be really fun to watch.
So the North Americans shut out the Europeans on Search last night. Do you think we'll see a change there?
Yeah, I think we're going to see a change. I think the Europeans are going to pick it back up. I mean, that team deathmatch was actually really close. So I think the Europeans are going to come out pretty strong here in the Search and Destroy, maybe play a little bit more passive, not so aggressive. So we'll see how it goes.
All right, come on, Europe. Let's do it for us. We're going to Search on Yemen. Let's go.
So it's like they don't have it in yet.
Yeah. Time for a little SMB.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to jump on board here to Yemen. Now, Yemen is a very, very tight map here with those alleys and corridors, and we're on board with Twiz right off the bat of Team Envious. He is on the North American side, and you see that the North Americans are on offense to kick this off. We will be switching rounds every round now. And let's see Twiz here. He has the Type 95 fully auto right now with the laser sight and reflex attachment. And as we see the breakout for Twiz here, it looks like the North Americans are going to play it a little passive, and it looks like the Europeans draw first blood right there as Ray for the North Americans gets taken out. Minute and 35 now on the clock. We're playing 2-minute rounds, first to 4. And again, we're going to be switching spawns every round. Teams will be rotating offense and defense as we see Gunshi in the feed taking out Merc. And now 5 alive for the Europeans, 3 alive for the North Americans. Twiz starting to make some moves here. A couple more players in the kill feed. And now we take a look at picture in picture. We see that Big Timer has the bomb for the North Americans. Him and Twiz are going to be the ones last alive, and you see Twiz picking up a huge kill right there. It was on Raiden, and now they are working together, 2 versus 3. It is Twiz and Big Timer left. And let's see what they can do here to make something happen for their side, being down a man, and that is going to be nice and great position right there. And here's a big gun battle as we see the end of the game there. Nice picking up the kill on Big Timer. And let's take a look at this gun battle in the kill cam. We're going to be able to see as Nice hops off the ledge, picking up some nice hip fire there, but he quickly swaps to his secondary and gets some nice hip fire with that as well. Looks like both players had run out of ammo, so the Europeans are going to take round number 1 here for a 1-0 lead. And now we will swap sides to the Europeans and see just what they can do as Gunshi has pulled the bomb. We take a look here on the overhead map. And it looks like 1 player, 2 players now down for North America. Gunshi now playing this very slowly. So 4v4 situation as the North Americans pick up a couple as well. Ray and took out Nice of the Europeans there. Now Gunshi gets the plant down, so that's going to be a crucial plant. 4 versus 4, 40 seconds left to go as Gunshi picking up some nice hip fire. Shane taking out Karma. Swanee taking out Ray. It's going to be all up to Big Timer, who picks up another kill. 2 kills right there, 1 with a nade. Can he pick up a 3rd for the 3-piece? No, he cannot. Looks like he is being aggressive, making some moves right here. Can he get this shot? It looks like Swanee was in a great position, but nice job by Big Timer. He almost pulled that off. Would have been unbelievable. And here you see Swanee coming around for the support here. Big Timer was in a great position behind that bomb in that gun battle he was engaged in, but Swanee making the heads-up move and coming around as the Europeans take a 2-0 lead. And now we're on board with the North Americans, who do have the bomb on offense, and it is in the hands of Ray of Optic Gaming for the North Americans. And now it looks like a nade from Raiden just took out Toby. Ray now taking out Gunsheet, Raiden taking out Ray. So some trading going on. The Europeans have the man advantage 5-4. Minute and 30 seconds now. And it seems like there was a sniper shot coming across the board there. Let's see who it is for the Europeans. Looked like it may have been Raiden. Oh no, it's actually Shane with the ballista iron sights here. We'll stay on board with Shane. And Shane taking a quick scope right there with that ballista and then try to get another. And he decides better. And it looks like Shane was pushed right there by Merc. So now the North Americans with the man advantage. And we're on board with Quantum now. So it's a 2v1 situation. We'll hop on board with Big Timer, who is now, again, the last man standing for the North Americans. Now Big Timer on the prowl, turns around. Can he get that turn on? He does not. And look at this. What a move by Big Timer right there to take out Nice, but he gets shocked right there at the moment. So now a 1v1 situation. 15 seconds left to go. But there you have it. Quantum takes out Big Timer from behind as the Europeans take a 3-0 lead. And let's take a look here on the round-ending kill cam. You see that Quantum came out hunting for Big Timer and located him pretty quickly, but Big Timer made a great play a second ago. However, the North Americans are going to have to pick it up here as the Europeans are just running away with it. A very similar scenario to what we saw in Search and Destroy yesterday on Aftermath. However, that one went in the favor of the North Americans 4-0, and now the Europeans coming back for a little revenge. And now we'll hop on board with the Europeans once more as Gunsheet does have the bomb. Now looks like Toby pushed in and took out Gunsheet. Now we'll hop on board with Shane here. Now Shane deciding to rock that interesting class selection we saw him use the other day. He's got the LSAT. It's an LMG. Oh! Runs right into Karma, who gets a nice knife off on Shane. And now we're on board with Swanee with the M8A1 reflex sight attachment on that. This is a 5 versus 4 in favor of the North Americans, who are just trying to hang on at this moment. But we see Shane Swanee even a nice positioning right here. He got some hit markers, just couldn't finish off that kill. As we take a look at the overhead map view, we see Swanee making some moves here. And there he spots a player up top. Oh, almost got taken out right there. Very nice heads up play by Swanee. Knew another North American player was gonna decide to rush him right there. Merc making a heads up play, but Swanee was well aware. And now you see Swanee putting some nice shots in again, but Twiz takes him out. And now we see Quantum here working with his teammates. 30 seconds left. Twiz hopping out at a very bad time. Raiden and Quantum picking up kills there in the feed. Now Nice. One player left alive for the North Americans. It's going to be Toby. And Toby, it's going to be up to him, or else they are going to get 4-0'd here. And there you have it. Nice. In great position to take out Toby as he was trying to wrap around. So the Europeans get some great revenge there. They got 4-0'd yesterday on Aftermath and Search and Destroy, and they repeat the favor here, or return the favor, excuse me, as they take a 4-0 win here on Yemen.
Congratulations to the European team. Now, there's a lot of changes in Call of Duty Black Ops 2, and I wanted to. And David Vonderhaar is going to recap some of those, including the created class, weapons, and the score streaks.
If you're just tuning in, you're seeing a lot of new features that likely require a bit of explanation. So let me give you the quick recap. With the new created class in Black Ops 2 multiplayer, we're putting the power back into the hands of a player to customize for his play experience. We give you 10 points, and you can use those points to allocate in any way in which you will be successful in the field. In fact, you don't even have to take content from a particular category of content if you don't want to. You can forgo a particular weapon, maybe your secondary, and then use that point somewhere else. For example, an extra perk. And with the wild cards, you can bend and extend and break the rules for even greater customization and flexibility. Let me tell you about score streaks. Score streaks replace kill streaks. And here's how this works. Anything you do in the game that earns you score is helping you earn your rewards. Every score streak has its score requirement. Therefore, there's no strict mutual exclusivity. In fact, you can earn 2 rewards in a single scoring event. Using score allows us to reward players for playing the objective and helping their team win. Now, you don't even have to be a Slayer, a guy with a high KD ratio. But it doesn't hurt either because getting kills also earns you score. Weapons and attachments have changed in a pretty significant way in Black Ops 2. We're using the 2025 time period as inspiration for all sorts of new gadgets and technologies that we can put back in the hands of a player. And the attachments are particularly interesting because this is the only way you're going to be able to modify the behavior of a weapon. For example, the laser sight actually is visualized on the gun, so you can see when someone is doing work to you at close range, firing from the hip. The MMS is a really good example of an attachment where you actually send a pulse wave through the world and can detect people. It's a rusher's tool. You will see them when they're stationary and through smoke. You can use that in a standoff battle and take that guy down. So that's a very brief overview of our core gameplay systems. And we're really excited that the guys on the show floor get to experience this right now, and the rest of you will get to experience it on November 13th.
Europe, that one is for you. We went from a clean sweep for the North Americans last night to a clean sweep for Europe tonight. What's going on there?
Well, you know, they bounced back and they sought out some revenge. I think they played that beautifully. The way they just controlled the map there worked out in their favor, obviously. It's 4-0.
It looked like the North Americans had chosen their game plan. They had picked their spots. They played quite defensively. It didn't pay off.
No, the Europeans just had a really, really good strategy right there. They worked together as a team. You saw them moving around the map in squads. You know, they split up together. So I think it worked out in their favor. You saw the North Americans deciding to kind of push as a whole entire unit and allowed the Europeans to kind of get a squad of 3 around on the backside of the North Americans in a couple instances.
That's it, and good to see Quantum, one of our German players. He's been quite quiet this week. He's coming up big tonight, though. He had that big final kill in round 3, and he's top scoring player in the round again. Yeah,
well, you have Quantum, and looks like you had Nice actually go big that round as well. So, yeah, I mean, you had some players show up for the Europeans that game.
Good stuff. Okay, so we're moving on to Hardpoint. Now, this is going to be our last game mode for the week. It's good to finish on a new game mode. What's some of the highlights we've seen from Hardpoint this week?
Yeah, we're actually going to play 2 rounds of Hardpoint. So Hardpoint's that new game mode that we have here, introduced in Black Ops 2. It's very similar to like a traditional King of the Hill game mode that you might have played in some other games, but we're playing it on cargo. So this is actually, it's really fun to watch. You get these Hardpoints. You're going to have to try and control those areas where the hardpoint is located. Every time your team is in the hill or on the hardpoint, you're going to get basically a point for every second. So you can just have one player in and surround, get set up. It's going to make for some nice setups here with the pro players, and we get to look at that.
Right, and I love this game mode because it really focuses the action on that hardpoint, so you get lots of good action around that area. Okay, so we're North America against Europe again. Hardpoint on cargo. Let's go.
Let's go. Beat that ass.
So here we go, cargo hardpoint, and I'm going to try and keep up with you all, but you know what? This is so fast-paced. Let's put my codcasting skills to the test. It's going to be so tough, and you'll see it immediately. We're going to take an overhead map view as we see the breakout, and there you go. Look how close these teams are to each other right off the spawn. Great map, and there it is right in the office building, and look at that push from the North Americans, and there you have it. They set themselves up for it. Nice, throwing a frag over the top of the building, and now we're on board with the Europeans. It's going to be Raiden. However, the North Americans do get onto that hard point. We'll take a look at the picture-in-picture. You see that Merc and Ray are located on that hard point right now, as Ray picking up a huge double kill right there. Very nice hip fire and you hear the crowd giving a round of applause for that move. And now Ray is just bouncing around, dodging all sorts of grenades, and look at that skill out of Ray of Optic Gaming. And now we're on board with Toby for the North Americans, picking up a nice 2-piece as well. 2 big kills right there. The North Americans were able to push their whole team into this hard point. And it looks like Toby has secured some score streaks here. He's got a UAV, counter UAV, very nice 2-piece there as well. And you see that Toby doesn't have a secondary equipped, so when he swapped over to a secondary, he had the combat knife. So he decided to go ahead and leave the secondary out of play in this particular class. And he sacrificed that for something else. And now he's going to go ahead and toss out a hunter-killer drone. And now he's going to call in a UAV as well as Quantum comes in. Didn't even know Toby was still remaining. So Toby on a kill streak here. He has 6 in a row. You see that his teammate Ray on the picture-in-picture is on the hard point. Now Toby is going to play this safe. Calls in another hunter-killer drone here. He's going to throw that out. He's picking up UAV assist as well. And so he does have that care package coming in, and he has secured yet another. So he gets a Guardian turret there with that care package. So Toby now making moves. The action is across the map. As you see one player there getting taken out, those UAV assists racking up for him right now. He does have another care package, but he's going to decide not to call that in, but he's going to run into a flurry of European players here. Again, Toby now turning the corner. Toby is actually European himself, filling in, and look at this. Comes upon 3 players, could have had a massive play, but he decided to hit fire, just didn't work out for him, and he's going to call in this Guardian turret. He's going to think otherwise of positioning here, and it looks like he's going to put it here on this staircase, and look at that positioning. That is going to be a very, very good position for that Guardian turret. No Europeans are coming up that back staircase, I guarantee you that. And look at this. He's just going to wait here and lock down this position. He does have that other care package, so we're still on board with Toby with the MSMC at the moment. And it looks like the hard point has been contested. However, 2 more teammates for Toby have secured that, and it looks like the North Americans are just doing an amazing job right now as they have the lead 97-29. However, the Europeans do manage to get onto that hard point via the opposite side of where Toby put his Guardian turret, and he's trying to call in that care package. And right now you see care packages abound dropping for the North Americans, so it looks like they are all using the care package score streak. And there's a UAV that comes in, and now Toby making moves. He's going to go down, and let's jump on board with Raiden for the Europeans, who is now on a 4-kill streak. And Shane going massive with a lightning strike, picking up a quad feed right there. Let's jump on board with Shane. He picked up that huge quad, and that allowed the Europeans to secure the office here. And let's see what Shane can do, but Shane gets picked off from behind as one of the North Americans climbed through the window. And now we're still on board with Shane. As you see, it's going to be a massive gun battle here in the office. And look at that shot by Shane. Oh my goodness, just decimating the North Americans with a nice 2-piece there. What a shot that was with the hip. And he does have a care package as well. Let's take a look here. Looks like all of the North Americans are on the objective here, extending their lead now. 2 minutes remaining. Why don't we take a listen in and hear just what they're saying.
Middle map, middle map.
Yeah, middle map.
Hard point identified.
So weak up top, two up top.
He's heckling right below it.
I got naded.
Behind us.
Yo, on the hard point,
Stand up top or behind us, or I actually don't know where.
Left side.
Hard point locked
Kill.
All right, so you heard North Americans. They're actually relatively quiet, in my opinion. They did have some good communication there. We heard Toby early on making a few good call-outs to kick off that communication for the team, as Merck now calling in a care package as well. You're seeing a lot of players using care packages here on Cargo, and it's just really interesting to watch. You get a bunch of these score streak drops coming in, and they do really help your team here on Hardpoint as a hunter-killer drone is out. And look at that. Merck tosses out that hunter-killer drone right before he takes the death, and then immediately just took a face-off. And now you see 30 seconds left to go in this Hardpoint, 149 to 100. and it looks like the Europeans actually have been mathematically eliminated because there just aren't enough seconds left in the game for them to come back. But we see that they are trying to actually jump on that objective and keep the score as close as possible. Hats off to these European players right now. 13 seconds left to go. Looks like Gunshi here is still looking for blood, and he spots it in Merc, takes out Merc, 5 seconds left, and the North American side is going to take this hard point. And let's see your final score, 149 to 127. And let's take a look at the final kill cam. Oh, look at Optic Gaming with a little bit of a celebration. And look at Optic Ray with 2 lethal grenades flying everywhere on the kill cam, and Ray getting your final kill. And we'll have one more hard point coming up for you.
All right, there we go. Is that our first quad feed this week?
That was not the first quad feed, but it was a very big quad feed.
There was lots going on there, and great to see some of those score streaks coming out as well. Those care packages really playing a big part in that game.
Yeah, it seemed like the North American strategy. Usually, you saw a lot of care packages coming in on the map, and I like that strategy. Lots of care packages around the corners, so they were always able to get to some piece of equipment that's going to help them out.
Particularly cool seeing Toby make good defensive use of that microwave turret, right?
Yeah, that was actually a really good position. I didn't think he was going to be able to get it down on that staircase, but he managed to find a good spot for it, and it really locked down that area and really allowed the North Americans to get a lot of points on the board, and that's where they really kind of extended their lead.
Yep, that's it. All right, we're going to go straight back into it, squeeze in some more gameplay tonight. Hard point on Turbine.
Yep, Turbine's a little bit bigger of a map, but it still plays extremely fast. Turbine takes place on a wind farm, so you can actually climb on everything on this map, just about. Every rock, every surface, it's almost climbable, almost all of them. So it's really fun to watch because you can actually surprise a lot of people who are up on ledges if you kind of climb up on them, and you'll see a lot of that here on Turbine.
All right, lots of ground to cover on Turbine. Let's get back into it. Cheers.
So as the lobby countdown goes to 0, we are now on Turbine. We're playing Hardpoint once again. Some Fast and Furious action, and I'm just in love with it. Game mode has been working great. And now you see Twiz for the North Americans on your cam. I'm actually going to go ahead and switch to the Europeans and jump on board with Gunshi, who was hot earlier in the week. And I want to actually hear how the Europeans are communicating right off the bat on their breakout here. So we'll go ahead and listen in right off the bat as this first hard point activates.
There's only 2 of us in there, man. Get in the hard point. Get in there. On top there. Alright. One's on the towers. Dead. One on the hard point. One guy coming in the mid. Have a guy bottom mid? Yeah, bottom, yeah. Ran shot on the back from bottom mid. Behind me. One shot bottom mid, another rock. 2 behind us. He's in the last one in. Okay, man, hold this, get in, he's in now. Well, keep getting. Well, one more you can identified.
So the Europeans there communicating effectively, and they actually take a huge substantial lead. They've done a lot right there, as we saw Nice. Nice was doing all sorts of work there on that objective, and he picked up a couple crucial kills that allowed him to get quite a few more points on the board for the Europeans. And now we're on board with Quantum, as you see in the lower left part of your screen on the nameplate. And now Quantum is going to go ahead and throw a grenade here on the bridge. And it looks like this is actually a contested hard point. Now, you can actually be below or on top of the bridge here and still capture the hard point as Quantum does go down. And we see Nice is kind of just hanging tight here. And he is trying to just stay on this hard point for his team. He's in a good position as his nade comes in, and he does pull off some nice shots right there, but doesn't get the kill. As we see Nice spawning back in, it looks like the North Americans now have control of that objective. We'll jump on board with Ray, who's on a 3-kill streak here, and Ray actually goes down. We'll swap again to Toby, who's on the objective. He gets taken out. Now we'll jump on board with Karma. Karma now getting a care package coming in. He's actually going to get a death machine here. And it looks like he's going to go ahead and pull out the combat knife. The combat knife actually does allow you to run faster. Oh, actually, that's not a death machine. That is actually a turret. So that turret is going to do some work. He's throwing out a shock charge as well. Double shock charge over there in that corner. Picking up the hit markers with that shock charge. Getting a UAV assist as well. And a shock assist. Got 3 UAV assists and a shock assist. And basically a quad assist feed, if you want to say that. And so this turret doing some work. And look at Karma just doing all sorts of damage to the Europeans as the North Americans have now taken the lead by 20 points. And Karma has managed to stay alive on that objective for so long. And nades abound, come in and take Karma out. It was Raiden's frag who managed to take him out. And now Ray takes Karma's spot on the objective. So the North Americans doing a great job of rotating the objective play. And let's see if another jumps on it. Doesn't look like anybody has. We'll jump back on board with the Europeans. We're in the eyes of Swanee now. Swanee with the Type 25 trying to aggressively get over to this new hard point. Looks like the Europeans do manage to get it. Swanee now with some nice hip fire there for the kill on Big Timer and spots another. And another with the 3-piece. Can he make it 4? No, he cannot, but a nice play there by Swanee to secure this choke point for his squad. Pulling some shots there off his spawn. And now 72-58, the Europeans coming back in this game. As we take a look here on the map, it's a fierce battle for this control of the turret building. And Swanee with a great job right there as well, picking up another 2-piece and throwing a Semtex there. Swanee coming up massive for his team right now. 1 minute and 59 seconds left to go. The Europeans have now taken the lead, 76-75. And there you see Swanee picking up some nice shots again with that Type 25. Coming back around, he's just controlling this room. Great job by Swanee picking up another kill there. Is another player going to breach? The hard point has now finished off in this room. And now the North Americans have been on that next hard point, so they actually take the lead back. And now we take a look at the picture-in-picture. Merc is on the objective with Ray for the North Americans. The Europeans really have to get there and get control back quickly. They did do a great job in that top turret building, but now this hard point is here down in the pipe, and it looks like Merc's going to get taken out. So a 20-point lead for the North Americans. There are about 70 points available on the clock right now. The Europeans have gotten control again, but both 2 players, Shane and Nice, get naded off by Ray, who made a huge play. We're on board with Gunshi now, picking off Twiz, and the North Americans are in control. So this is desperation time for the Europeans. They're going to have to get this, as it looks like Toby takes out Swanee and Gunshi, and that is not good. And we have to see some action out of the Europeans right now. North Americans doing a great job picking up the kills and controlling the moments around this objective. But look at this. We just saw 5 Europeans jump on the objective, and they're going to have to take out the 1 North American who's on it, and they do manage to do that. They do actually have enough time, it looks like. They have to control it. They have to control this objective the entire time if they want to come back. And now you see it is contested, and there is enough time for the Europeans. This is going to be an extremely close game here, folks. They have to find that North American who is on it. It looks like they're going to have to get him off right now, and I think the North Americans just won it. This is going to be so close at the end. Actually, can we see a draw here? What is going on? 2 points for the North Americans as they win this one. Great job by both teams there. So close. As we see Twiz on the final kill cam. So the North Americans take that last one by 2 points. Great sportsmanship by our teams here. And that's going to call it, folks. You see on the scoreboard, Karma going huge with a very positive kill-death ratio for the North Americans at 23-11. That was probably the difference maker.
More 2 pieces and 3 pieces than a fried chicken restaurant. I'm starting to feel quite hungry up in here. Some amazing action in there.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a really good game. I didn't know who was going to win there at the end. There was just enough time on the board for the Europeans to come back, but you saw the North Americans were blocking that hard point by contesting it at the very end, and they did it just in time. It was a 2-second difference.
And we've got time, I think, for one more game. We're going to squeeze it in right at the end here. That's great news. So we're going to go into hard point on Aftermath. Okay. Let's go on with it, yeah?
Yeah.
So looks like we had just enough time here, folks, to bring another game to you. So here we go. It's going to be a hard point on Aftermath. So absolutely fantastic that we get to bring you another game. We were supposed to be out of time, but it looks like, hey, power to the players. We're going to give you one more. So now we're on board with North America off the bat. You know what? I want to actually spectate Big Timer to kick things off. He has the MP7, and the MP7 with extended clips, it looks like, because he has 54 rounds there. And he's going to go ahead and toss out a shock charge right off the bat to control that middle choke point. He's going to try and hip fire with that laser sight attachment. It's not that good, Big Timer. So he didn't manage to get the kill right there. And as he spawns back in, you see the hard point is located inside this headquarters building right now, and it looks like Big Timer does pick up a nice two-piece right there, jumping around the corner, and he makes it 3, but almost makes it 4. And now Big Timer spawning back in, he gets taken out, and let's see, this hard point has a lot of action on it. We'll jump on board with Quantum, who's managing to stay alive. It is contested, and now you see the Europeans managing to clear it out, and Quantum has a good sight on that choke point. He's got 2 doorways he's got to look after. Nice shot right there, but nice comes up massive with a 3-piece grenade through the doorway, and that's going to hold it down for a few more seconds for the Europeans. And the Europeans now have great control as we take a look at the map. Yes, they do. They have great control here, but the hard point has switched, and let's see what team can make it there first, as it's an all-out rush for that hard point. But the North Americans get a great spawn there, and this is going to be a convergence here. So the North Americans do have control now, but we see that we have the Europeans closing in quickly, and it looks like the Europeans have managed to gain control of this area once more, as we see Quantum pulling off some nice shots there on Toby. And the Europeans are flooding in from that side. And however, the North Americans do come up and get Quantum. I'm surprised he didn't try and control that top area a little bit more. And now you see the North Americans do have control there on the hard point. We're on board with Twiz now, and you see the mini-map is lit up from a UAV. And they're just trying to hang tight here, and look at this. This could be massive from Twiz. And yes, it is, picking up 3 kills there with the Hellstorm. So many players for the Europeans were bunched up right there, and they do get a spawn across the map, but you know what? It was just in time, and we'll jump on board with the Europeans as Swanee is now on the objective. And so the Europeans are going to spawn here near the objective and get some time on the board, but the North Americans get there so quickly. North Americans have been so fast to get there, but the Europeans actually have a turret. It's a Guardian turret located right on the objective. You see that right there on Gunshy's screen. And it looks like the North Americans may have taken it out, which would have been a very smart move. Yes, they did. However, the Europeans are on this objective, and let's see what Shane can do here with the R870. It's a shotgun, a very nice choice right here. With the R870, he's going to be in very close quarters, but you know what? It cost him right there, so he was laying down in the wide open. Now Shane with a care package, he's going to go ahead and call this in and see if he can help his team out. And Big Timer now on a 5-kill streak for the North Americans. He's getting UAV assists on the board, and the Europeans have the lead by 1 with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left to go. You see a bunch of care packages coming in for both our teams, and it looks like a turret. No, that is a war machine that comes out for Big Timer. This could be absolutely devastating. We'll stay on board with him, as this war machine could be massive if he catches some Europeans piled up on the next objective here. And the Europeans are on that. They are scoring points at the moment. It looks like Big Timer is going to decide to go for the cutoff, but he gets taken out. So very unfortunate there. And now Gunshy on a 4-kill streak. Let's go ahead and jump on board with him. He gets taken out. Now Twiz on the objective for the North Americans. He is racking up points with control. And now let's see what Twiz can do here to try and hold this down. Looks like the North Americans are going to rack up some points here. Oh my. Looks like the Europeans are spawning so far across the map right now. They have some work to do, as Twiz is locking this down, and Twiz getting taken out right there. So now let's see what goes down as the Europeans now get control back. So this is all back and forth. Europeans trying to get control. The hard point has switched, and it's in a new location. Let's jump on board with the players from North America who have managed to find it. And it is indoors here. Let's see if they can get a setup before the Europeans can breach the doors, and it looks like the North Americans are set up nicely. They have 3 or 4 players around that objective. Meanwhile, their teammates are trying to hold off the Europeans, who are making a huge push here. That door is loaded with European players, and let's see if they can actually make it through. They are not managing to come through, but on the backside, there are 3 European players coming through, and they are contesting this nice and effectively. Raiden here as well for the Europeans. Now 2 players on for the European side, and I have a feeling we're going to have a very close one last minute of this game as we see a frag grenade coming in for Raiden, an assist there for Raiden as well, but the North Americans have a Guardian turret in a great position right there. 50 seconds left to go here. The Europeans have to make a move. They are down by 37 points, so if the Europeans don't get control here, it is going to be the game. And it looks like that's going to be it. 30 seconds left to go, but the North Americans have already secured the victory. We're on board with Raiden. We'll swap back over to the North American side, and we'll see just what they're talking about. Actually, we have 18 seconds. I'm not going to cut to a listen in. We'll just let Merc close it out here. 10 seconds left to go. Now Merc looking for one more player to take out. This is going to be your final kill cam. And there it is. Merc spots Raiden, and he takes out Nice instead. So the North Americans take it 149 to 101 to conclude the Black Ops stream here from Gamescom. Thank you everybody for tuning in. I really appreciate it. We'll take it to Major Nelson.
There you go, the North Americans winning Hardpoint brand new mode there on Call of Duty Black Ops 2. Now just a reminder, Call of Duty Black Ops 2 is coming November 13th. And for all your pre-order information and details on how you can get Nuketown 2025 absolutely free, go to callofduty.com/Black Ops. Let me get Graham back in here. Graham, we're wrapping it up. It's been a great 4 days, hasn't it?
It's been an amazing 4 days, and what a great way to finish off tonight. Lots of 2 pieces, 3 pieces, and a couple of quad feeds as well, and lots of streaks.
It's like a chicken restaurant? Is that what I heard you say earlier?
Yeah, I'm hungry. Let's go and have dinner.
Anyway, I want to thank everybody here in Cologne, the fantastic team at Activision, of course, at Xbox, and our production crew. What a wonderful time we've had for the past 4 days. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as we'd enjoyed bringing it to you, right, Graham?
Yeah, we've had a wonderful time. Yeah, especially want to thank Castro for podcasting all those games this week. He didn't even have any help from Vaughn tonight. So
yeah,
he was on his own. He's done an amazing job. And thanks to the crew, both on the booth here and behind the scenes as well. Did an amazing job to bring this to you. Thank you.
There you go. Again, Black Ops coming to Call of Duty Black Ops 2 coming November 13th. You're going to be picking that up, right?
I will be there on launch night in the UK. I cannot wait.
Get your pre-order in. I'm Larry Herb, Xbox Live's Major Nelson.
I'm Graham Boyd, Xbox Live's AC Bongos.
We'll see you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.
Tschüss aus Köln.